You're welcome back to this particular lesson. Ever since we've been learning different skill sets that we can learn to transition into tech successfully, right? And at this particular point in time, you should be where you've made up your mind in a particular skill that you want to learn, be it a technical skill or a non-technical tech skill. So whatever thing that you want to learn, you can actually dive into it. But in this particular video, we'll be talking about the recommended way that you should learn. So now there are several ways that you should learn, right? But which one is the recommended one? For example, binge watching videos on YouTube is not a recommended way to learn, right? YouTube is good, YouTube is filled up with a lot of amazing resources, but if you are starting a career in any field, I strongly advise personally that you might not want to start with YouTube. Now, YouTube is good if you just want to get like a peripheral knowledge of that particular thing, but I would always advise that you look for a structured, in-depth course that you can actually take them before you can now come back to YouTube and start getting more insights and picking one thing or the other on YouTube. So what are the recommended ways to learn? Now, there are three major ways that you might choose to learn. Number one is looking for a physical class that you can attend. Wherever that you are, in any country, in any location that you are, I believe there should be a physical boot camp somewhere training people either on any of these tech skills that we've mentioned in the course of this particular course, getting started in tech, right? So you can choose for something physical that you might actually just want to like opt into. That is fine, right? The second one now is you might choose to learn for free. Now we have so many people that actually want to learn a tech skill, but either because they are low in cash or basically they don't have like enough budget, they choose to want to learn for free, right? So you might also choose to learn for free. So how do you choose to learn for free? You might look for any courses that's been sponsored by an NGO or something of that nature, and they could actually teach you for free. Or you can actually look for a course that you can actually apply for scholarship that you can learn for free too as well. Or you can use platform like Free Code Camp. They have some like free amazing courses too as well that you can also use to learn for free. Right now, the third way that you might choose to learn actually is looking for an online structured bootcamp, a course that is structured but it's on the internet, right? So now let's say you don't have that particular amazing period, or you don't have that time where you can set aside to actually attend a physical class. You can then opt in for an online class. You have a 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, you're working, you can opt in for an online class. But the good thing about some online classes is that you want to opt in for the one whereby there is some form of interactivity between you and the instructor and even others then that are also learning. Now the fourth way that you might choose to learn is basically just taking an online course where you just be watching pre-recorded videos using platforms like Udemy. So if you're using platforms like Udemy now to learn a particular skill, you just access videos, but you will not be able to like ask questions. Sometimes you have like a forum section where you can ask questions, but sometimes the replies to this question might not necessarily really come on time. So because of this, some students or some people that are actually learning online get bored and they end up not completing that particular course. And that is why over 80% of people taking online courses end up not completing their courses, right? So now, what is the recommended one to learn among all of these four ways that I've actually shared with you guys? For me personally, what I always recommend to people is the third one. The third one in the sense that you'll be able to learn online, and again it is structured and you can also ask questions. So it's like giving you the hybrid between a physical learning approach and an online learning approach, whereby now you can have an instructor that you can ask questions, you can actually connect with your classmates that you can also ask questions to as well. So it's an amazing way to really learn, and that is what we try to offer people at NerdEye. What we try to do is to ensure that even though it's an online class that you are actually taking, you can actually talk to your instructor, you can schedule a one-on-one call with your instructor, you can also meet other students and also collaborate on a project together, which is really amazing. So this is something that if you're learning on your own on the internet, probably via Udemy for example, as a beginner, you'll not be able to ask questions, you'll not be able to meet anybody, and you'll be on your own, and sometimes you get tired and get bored and you end up not completing that particular course, right? So all of these ways are nice ways to learn. So many people have used Udemy to learn and it's good. So many people have even learned for free on YouTube and it's also good as well. But for the recommended one, I will always recommend a structured online course that is not self-paced, because when it is self-paced, majority of people end up procrastinating, right? And you don't want to pick a course where you will procrastinate and you will end up not completing that particular course, right? And that is why you want to go for something that you know that okay, there is a 6 month program, is a 3 month program, is a 1 year program. We have instructors, I have classmates, I have a support group where I can ask questions, I can build rapport even while I'm learning, right? And that is why personally, I will always recommend that you look for an online structured course, like something that NerdyEye offers, and that also has like an instructor that you can ask questions, and also classmates as well that you can also network with and build some sense of rapport with. Right, so that is it for this particular lesson. I will see you guys in the next lesson as we continue the course.